Before you dunk that tea bag, you might want to hear this. Some of the most trusted brands aren't just weak on flavor. They're bringing pesticides and plastic to your cup. We're talking residues like glyphosate and neonicotinoids, plus heavy processing that can strip away the antioxidants you thought you were getting. Stay with me. We'll name 7 brands that lean on crushed tier curl pellets, artificial additives, and thin bag materials that can leave a flat, metallic aftertaste. Then we'll show you 2 whole leaf options that keep the benefits and the taste without the chemistry set. Quick favor before we move on. If you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 92% of viewers haven't subscribed yet. It's free and only takes a second, but it means the world to us. So did you subscribe already? Great. Thank you so much for your support. Now back to the video. That calm morning cup runs hotter than you think.
Remember when a cup of tea was just tea? 4 simple ingredients: water, tea leaves, a splash of milk, maybe a bit of sugar. That was it. No chemical additives, no plastic particles, no pesticide warnings, just a proper British brew that
You drink this every single day, thinking it's harmless. Morning, evening, stress, relaxation, same cup. But what if I told you that habit quietly exposes you to things you never agreed to? Not one problem, several things that don't show on the label.
But walk into any supermarket today and you'll find something very different on those shelves. Tea bags sealed with industrial plastics, leaves contaminated with pesticides from halfway across the world, fancy pyramid bags that release billions of microscopic
Things you'd never taste. Things that stay hidden because it's just tea. And the worst part, the brands you trust most are the ones you never question. If you drink tea without checking anything else, this is for you. You didn't trust this blindly. You had reasons.
Hot water doesn't just pull flavor. It acts like a solvent and drags out whatever else is on those leaves and in that bag. Tea is sold as a budget health habit. You get antioxidants for cheap, steady focus without the jitters, and a short ingredient list that looks clean. Leaves, water, done. That is the promise you buy every time you toss a box in your cart. But here's the kicker. Testing often finds residues on the leaves: glyphosate, neonicotinoids, fungicides, and some bags themselves shed stuff when they steep. You do not see it. You taste it as a faint tinny edge or a bitter bite that lingers. The cup looks honest. The brew says otherwise. Let's start with the most common product on store shelves: a black tea bag built for speed. Tear one open and you won't find curled leaves. You get fine dust and tiny pellets made by a process called crush, tear, curl. The bag is thin, so water floods fast. It's engineered for a dark color in under 2 minutes.
particles into every single cup you drink. The brands we've trusted for generations have quietly transformed our national drink into something our grandparents wouldn't even recognize. And the worst part? Most of us have no idea.
Tea isn't some random product you picked off a shelf. It's routine, it's culture, it's comfort. You grew up watching it being poured. Your parents trusted it. Your grandparents trusted it. It was always there. Mornings, guests, stress, sickness, celebration.
Today, we're pulling back the curtain. We've dug through recall notices, scientific studies, and laboratory test results to show you exactly which UK tea brands are putting profit over your health. Will your daily cuppa make the list? Or have you been drinking something dangerous?
Nobody ever said be careful with tea. Why would they? The packaging did the rest of the work. Soft colors, leaves, mountains, words like pure natural heritage. Since it didn't feel like marketing, it felt like tradition.
Long shelf life, an identical flavor every time. Integrity of the leaf is not the goal. Speed is. CTC in plain terms is a blender for tea. It chops the leaf into small bits, which means more surface area touches water at once. That gives you a quick, strong brew. It also means fewer intact polyphenol than you'd find in whole leaf tea. When you pour boiling water, you extract fast, good compounds and whatever is riding along. Heat does not filter. It lifts. Think of it like pre-pulverized coffee. On day 1 it smells bold and hits hard. By day 10 it's stale and flat, even if the color looks rich. The strength is more about how fast it dumps into the water than the depth of what's there to begin with. Independent labs have turned up pesticide residues across mass-market teas. Even when products meet legal limits, residues still show up in the cup. Rules set caps, not zero. Your kettle doesn't erase chemicals. It makes them easier to pull out. So that clean list, tea and water, can carry a longer guest list than you planned. Now the bag itself. Some are paper-like, but reinforced. Others are plastic or a plastic blend. Under heat, certain plastics can release tiny particles. Thin fibers can slough off, too. leaving specks you didn't plan to sip. It's not dramatic to say your brew might carry more than the leaf. It's just how materials behave in hot water. And that's only the hot brew side.
Let's find out. We're starting with number 7, and I promise you this one's going to make you check your kitchen cupboard immediately. Coming in at number 7, we have a brand that's been in British kitchens since 1837. A household name, a trusted staple.
And in the UK especially, tea isn't just a drink, it's identity. If something has been sold for decades, if it's in every supermarket, if millions buy it every week, your brain files it under safe by default. You assumed someone, somewhere, must be checking it.
It's Tetley. Now, here's the thing about Tetley. The tea itself isn't necessarily terrible, but what makes this brand deserve a spot on this list is something far more frustrating. Broken promises and deliberate delays.
You assumed standards were strict. You assumed dried leaves couldn't possibly hide anything serious. Because compared to junk food, compared to fizzy drinks, compared to alcohol, tea felt like the responsible choice, even when prices dropped.
Some brands go further with bottled and instant teas. Sweeteners stack up. Stabilizers keep the color and cloud just right. Preservatives stretch the shelf life. At that point, you're buying a flavored drink that used to be near a tea plant. The leaf is a cameo, not the star. So what actually changes in your cup when you chase convenience? 3 things. More extraction of off notes and residues because of heat and small leaf size. Fewer intact antioxidants thanks to aggressive processing. And a taste profile that leans dark and fast, not layered or clean. That metallic echo you notice after a long steep? It lines up with this triangle. There's a pattern you can spot without a lab. The leaves are finely crushed. The blend is vague, black tea with no origin. The bag feels flimsy or has a slick, plastic-like touch. Those signals point to speed-first manufacturing. You get quick color, quick bitterness, and a cup that tires your tongue after sip 3.
For years, literally years, Tetley claimed they were in the process of removing plastic from their tea bags. Their website said the same thing month after month, year after year. While competitors like PG Tips made the switch in 2020,
Even when bags got cheaper, even when flavors multiplied, you told yourself, if there was a problem, we'd know. If this was dangerous, it wouldn't be everywhere. If it's legal, it must be fine. That belief wasn't stupidity. It was design.
If you're thinking, okay, so what do I actually avoid? You're on the right track. Skip the dust-heavy bags that puff when you open the wrapper. Be wary of blends that won't say where the tea comes from. Treat ultra-thin or plastic feel bags as a heads-up, not a bonus. When in doubt, go for whole leaf or at least larger cuts where you can see the leaf. Now let's name names. 7 to skip if you want real tea value, followed by 2 that actually deliver the benefits you're paying for. Let's start with what actually protects your cup. Whole leaf and organic aren't luxury. They're the simplest way to keep antioxidants and clean flavor while cutting residues and plastic. You see the leaf, you taste the difference, and you skip the extras you didn't order. If this gave you something to chew on, hit like, subscribe, and share it with the friend who always brings the tea. Let's stop paying for dust and start drinking the real thing. Next, we'll test brew times and bag materials on camera. Same water, same temp, side by side. We'll see what actually leaches into your cup.